Hey everybody, Hawaiianing it out here on my hike this morning, getting ready to fly out to Texas, just outside of Austin. Looking forward to it. I always love, it's so peaceful. Like, some of you saw we were in Chicago in green grass. That's one thing. The desert this time of year, it's hard. I love the dry heat. Of course, so is an oven. Here in Arizona, I love going to the lake. Haven't had much time to do that lately. And it's crunched, getting ready to go to Europe. But I do love Arizona. I have bad allergies, so Arizona is one of those perfect places to be because I don't kind of have all that. So when we were thinking of moving to South Carolina, I was pretty nervous. Although being a native of Arizona, even though I travel for years, I'm just curious to live somewhere else. And I wouldn't say I'm stuck, but it seems like we need to be here. God has a plan for us to be here. So I openly accept that. And at one point it was so stressful here that I had to find the peace here, because it's easy sometimes to run and to run away with it from it. And I think I do that a lot. In fact, going over it, I'm angry. I haven't met with the doctor, meet with him later today. But I recently found out that I'm diabetic, which runs in the family. I know I've been at risk all my life. I was borderline hypoglycemic when I was younger and always had the shakes. And good dog. Yeah, it's got warned of it years ago and I was good and things were good and got things under control as I was getting kind of pre-diabetic, and talked with a doctor and ran my blood work. And yeah, I was like, okay, it's okay to eat some fruit. And somewhere along the lines, I thought, well, fruit is okay. It started out, I was fine, just a little here, a little there. And then some more potato chips and Cheez-Its and wheat thins and potatoes, and it became okay, and pasta. And I remember a couple years ago going, it's good, I feel good. I don't need all that protein stuff. I don't need the protein stuff, but I don't have to worry about it anymore. I feel great. And for sure, somewhere after COVID, eventually, I've always fought with trying to not do the sweets, but somewhere that line got erased too. So I wanted to warn everybody, as I try to warn myself, that a lot of times we have those lines we don't know we should cross, we know we shouldn't cross, and maybe those lines, in this case, legitimately move an inch or two with the doctor, but we get complacent. And I'm curious now if a lot of my injuries probably weren't from the diabetes. And I'm a little angry, to be honest, like that when I went in for surgeries or other things that nobody caught on to this, because the more I study about diabetes, the more I realize they're all so common. Like, if this changes, go see a doctor. And nobody would say anything, and I did go see a doctor. And then a personal doctor I haven't had for years. I really missed, I guess that's one thing I really miss about doing the clinics, is I had a great doctor that I would see every year, and she would help me run blood and check things out. And then COVID and life and my dad's cancer. My dad had diabetes really bad, and I guess some of it, until you have it and things really start to have problems, for me, the big problem was my eyes. And I started not being able to see. And everything was blurry, and it's still hard. I talked to the optometrist, and I haven't been in yet, but she said it could take weeks to months to start to help. But at least there's hope. At least it's not too far along. And at least somewhere in the last couple years, because of my knee, I started exercising a lot more, and somewhere along the line fell in love with salads. So I have been trying to eat healthier. And yeah, a little dessert's okay here. And it might be someday if I get back. But time and time again, I look back and go, where did my lines go? And hey, you know, sometimes, I know I read a book once, written by the people of Enron. And they didn't start out to defraud people for billions of dollars or however much it was. Didn't do much stock market back then. But they drew a line, and it started with pads of paper or some pencils or some office supplies. And you draw a line and you get a few people to go with you, and you hear, oh, they do it too. Yeah, it's normal. And we want to feel normal, I guess. Is that it? I wonder if that's it. Write normal in the comments if you think that's it. But they find people to go along, and suddenly you look back, and in horsemanship, well, you're not riding your horse anymore. I haven't. Well, when's the last time you rode? I haven't rode in weeks. So I don't know. We're a little ways away from it, but I'm thinking of maybe starting like a coaching program, sort of an accountability thing, little club. A friend of mine talked to me about starting a Patreon page, and I'll for sure still do this, but it might be a little more personal, one-on-one, and just catered to the horsemanship, kind of a business idea, but catered to where the people are at. Kind of a mini clinic or a mini checkup every week with people, where we do an online course and talk about it, and then maybe from that shoot out a video or two every month. So I don't know, any of you that are interested, let me know down in the comments. Or I know a lot of my friends. I say friends because really, I mean, I love the horses so much, and I love people that want to learn. So most of my students all become like family to me. And man, it's so cool that people care and want to help. And I know a lot of the people in the world start shunning or turning or judging or criticizing, or people get disgruntled, and it's okay to have barriers, but find peace through those barriers. Lena. So trying to find that peace in there, a piece, if you will, and let it grow. Plant that seed, because those lines too that you had before sometimes can disappear. And one of the reasons I'm so encouraging to find safe places to share your story, I don't know if YouTube's a safe place, really. People are mean and evil, some. But to find a safe place, we do a men's fire and share your story. It's so important, because you have no idea how much, when I was in college we studied this, but just resharing your story, that story changes that belief system. Sometimes when we've had trouble with someone, that's why therapy works, right? That's why I did a lot of psychology. But sometimes just sharing that story adds a few sentences to the story. So it's not the end of that chapter. And you can begin to change that chapter. And as others hear your story, other people change. And yeah, I debated whether I really even wanted to share about the diabetes, because I'm a little embarrassed because I got warned years ago for it. And I'm also angry. And I tried reaching out to doctors and to get 6 months to get in to see a doctor, or however many months it was, 4 or 5 months for sure. It was just ridiculous. And yet I told them the problems and nobody seemed to care. I don't say nobody seemed to care, but the doctors didn't seem to care. Choose your words wisely. That doctor didn't seem to care. And yeah, I'm already way ahead of the list seeing a friend of ours. It's a doctor. It's actually my wife's doctor. They're really good, but I just kind of, I don't know, again, blurred those lines and somewhere moved it. Okay, that's Christine's doctor and I need to find mine. And I'm hiking. I'm working out. I ride a lot. I don't need that. My sugars are good. Look how active I am. And it has nothing to do with that. Sure, that can help. But it's a disease, and it's a hereditary disease. And yeah, I was overweight. But hey, I'm losing weight. And I'm active. So I'm probably okay. I'm more active than my dad was, so I'm probably good. But yeah, my dad ignored it too. He'd have his sugars at 600 and 2 days later be eating donuts. But hey, I'm better than that, right? Does it really matter? And I guess it's great. We need that wake-up call. I think that's problems in life. And yeah, my wife and I fight a lot sometimes too, but it's nice to have a problem to realize how great things are, see through the blurriness a little bit and start to get that in check and realize, like, time's short here, man. So anyways, I ramble on, but I thank you guys for all the love, for, like I said, all the birthday wishes. I hadn't gotten my blood work back, but I've known since just before I did the blood work and I started to figure out the things, which is why I went in for the blood work too late. But good news is my kidneys were good. That was one of my other worries that some of my studies and my problems had. And my liver. So both those are great. So that's awesome. And yeah, it's nice to be at a place in my life where I like salads and I truly feel like I'm up for the fight. I'm up for the battle. I'm up for the challenge. I like salads more. And yeah, fruits. I'm really trying to cut it all out because you always go to those places. And well, it's just a little bit of pasta. Or yesterday, I forgot. The line's blurred again. Oh shoot, rice probably wasn't good. Carbs. I don't think beans are too bad, but I got some research to do. But yeah, it's those little things where, for now, to get things in check, at least for sure, I gotta work my ass off. And yeah, sometimes through the sadness, getting up last night and just kind of, freak out moment. Because you hear the stories about people that go blind. As you're researching, you hear the stories about people that lose limbs. And I just wonder, is that why my shoulder needed surgery? Because my body wasn't healing itself properly. So I know everybody, I don't like lectures, that's the problem. I need to go to a doctor. But yeah, it's tough in this world. I get it for some of you. But try to find one. Thank God I, again, caught it before it was too late. And I've tried asking people, and no, don't know of anybody taking new clients. And how is it that in America, the richest country, the leader of the free world, it can be so hard to get to see a doctor? But enjoy the journey, right? So anyways, thanks for listening to my rant. For anybody this helps, I guess it's just a new chapter to this channel, but I hope it helps somebody. It is my story, so it's true. And again, this channel is to help people, share my story so that it might help others to not wind up where I'm at. Because this isn't the end, this is just part of a chapter. So stay tuned. Hopefully the next story be a little cheerier. But anyways, thank y'all for the love. I love y'all. Enjoy the journey. Happy trails.